Okay, so welcome to Tarot Predictions, guys. And as I said, that will be a live feed. That will be a show where we are going to see what the new moon in Leo and also happens to be a solar eclipse will kind of like give us as an option available in front of us. Also, this will be kind of like a prediction. So again, I will go again with the usual 5 card spread because it does work, and I feel that it gives us the most kind of like broad out layers and outlook for what is to come from our future, excuse me. So yeah, that is the reason why I'm sticking to these 5 card spread, guys. Thank you, Mary. So let me shuffle and we can go to Aries as usual. Nina, no, I mean, yeah, I cut my hair when I was with really long hair on a ponytail. I cut it to kind of like a media core long, and then I have cut it again to kind of like this type of hair, but no, I haven't cut it since. So I had 3 cuts in the past 2 months. So for Aries, 1 second. The first card will be what will be the topic of this solar eclipse for you guys. And Aries got the first card, that will be the Death. The second one will be the things we need to stand against or the things we need to overcome. That will be the 7 of Cups. So we can see here a major change for Aries. And the third one will be your aims, your intentions, what you need to set your focus at. We have the 5 of Pentacles. The fourth one is going to be the lesson that you need to learn, why you have to experience these 3 cards. In reality, that will be the 3 of Wands, and then at the end we do have the energies that are about to surround you during this time, and we have the King of Cups. So let's talk about first Aries. For the first 3 cards, we do have the one what you're going to experience, things you need to stand against, things that you need to focus on. So now obviously you are about to experience a major transformation here with the Death card. However, things you need to stand against, it's the unreal flow of events or unreal circumstances that are about to happen to you here with the 7 of Cups. So that could come in a 2 ways that I can imagine. First way that it could play out for you guys is if this transformation, these changes that you are about to experience, Aries, either into your career or into your relationship, guys, they don't go very well along with your expectations. And here it is where you need to have a certain clamor into how the things will develop for you. So in other words, you shouldn't lose faith into the fortunate unfoldment of the situation. The other the other version of how this could play out for you is if the things are going on very well and they are going very well to a point where you start to doubt, is this way too good to be true? So either way, what I'm trying to imply here, Aries, is that what you need to stand against is your personal kind of like revelation of that something is wrong, something isn't going the way that it's supposed to go, something is out of hatch, if I can say it that way. And you need to overcome that sensation where it's kind of like, how can I place it in words? It's kind of like you're starting to doubt everything that you're doing and everybody around yourself. In other words, you really need to go with the flow. And with your aims here, Aries, with the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles is usually a negative, I can't say really negative card, guys. It is unpleasant card. Why it is unpleasant card? It's because you need to cope with a lot of difficulties on multiple fronts. So it's not going to be just in one field of yours. Probably it will be into your relationship, into your career, into your social circle, if we can say it that way, but you may avoid that. It is because it falls as a card coming as a things you need to aim for. So things you need to aim for, your intentions should be to set the things right, should be to set not to set, but to really take on those kind of challenges. Although you can kind of lay low, guys, and you Aries could just pretend that they are not exist. So you can have a difficulty, for example, with your partner at your career, at your relationship, excuse me, and you can pretend that this kind of difficulty isn't existing, and it's not going to affect that much your personal life, but it's going to affect your relationship. So it does depend really how you do care of your relationship. Same goes for your career as well, guys, and same goes for friendships and these kind of stuff. So your intentions here, Aries, should be to take on challenges, take on difficulties. Don't walk away and don't run away. It's not even walking away, but it's running away from what comes against you, what is looming over there as a menace, if we can say it also that way. And you can actually avoid it, as I said before, but it's not serve you any benefit if you do so. Oh, happy birthday, Dennis. I hope you have fun tonight. And the last two cards for you, Aries, is things the lesson you are about to learn here with the Three of Wands and the King of Cups. It is also comes as a energies. Let's talk about first the energies. King of Cups, usually a card that implants calmness into the expression of your emotions. So those kind of energies that you will be surrounded with, they will kind of like keep your emotions in touch with reality. Well, that was kind of vague to be explained. So let's say that you do have a cup and your emotions are the water in the cup, and that kind of water will never be spilled, so it's always will be sustained in the cup. And what I'm trying to explain here, guys, is that you will not be touched emotionally from whatever it is happening around you. It's because the energies are gonna keep your emotional strength solid and intact, regardless of what kind of shenanigans you need to cope in. And the lesson that you are about to learn here with the Three of Wands is that without these are energies card for Isa, it's not a person. So as a lesson, without putting really a fight for something, obviously people don't deserve it. So the Three of Wands, it's a card as a lesson. It's a card that says that you have to fight for something if you want to bring it to, if you want to start unfolding the way you expected it to unfold or the way you want it to unfold. Or in other words, you need to fight to make something, you want to make it the way you want to make it. So basically that's for you, Aries, for the new moon. I can say, just to summarize all that, guys, it does seem you, Aries, will have a little bit of difficult time just coping with shenanigans. It's not going to be that difficult over time. Now with this Seven of Cups there as a disadvantages or things that you need to deal with as a obstacles, you may feel a little bit distracted, you may feel a little bit winded, and that could obstruct you from focusing on really substantial things for you. However, Aries, you got to realize that this particular change that is coming, it can be for the better, and it should be for the better as soon as you are kind of like courageous to take on fights. And I'm talking about not fights with people, but fights with circumstances, fights with situations. So now I'm shuffling for Taurus. Hey Kathy, how are you doing? Taurus, for you we do have the first card, which is the things, your theme of the solar eclipse. that will be the Four of Wands, and then the things you need to fight against, or the things that you need to stand against, that will be the Ace of Wands. Your aims here comes as the Devil card. Then we do have the lesson you need to learn, that will be the Five of Cups, guys, and at the end the energies, that will be the Three of Pentacles. So I do think this is the best thing to start with this reading is the energies. Those energies are kind of very productive with the Three of Cups, with the Three of Pentacles, excuse me. So the Three of Pentacles usually comes as a card of learning and polishing skill, mastering a particular skill, working in team, and receiving kind of like constructive feedback. But as an energy, those kind of energies are only supportive energies, feeding up a foundation of something that you're trying to reach, trying to achieve. So it's kind of like a checkpoint type of energy. What I'm trying to say is that those kind of energies, guys, for you, for Tauruses, they are going to sustain whatever you do have until now, walking into the period of the solar eclipse, which means that everything you have won by that very moment, it will be safe and sound, and basically you do have nothing to lose. So in reality, you can make a certain risks out of your approaches and the things that you're dealing with into the solar eclipse period of time. And these three cards as the events that are about to happen here with the Four of Wands, guys, typical family card. So you could have a things to do into your family, or this solar eclipse could be all about your family. Four of Wands is a card addressing all of your family. That could be your elders, your kin, it could be also your children, it could be your husband or wife, you name it. The problem here comes with the Eight of Wands. I was really bugged when I saw that card by shuffling them. Ace of Wands is usually a card of opportunity, card of new beginning, card of discovering slumbered skill, card of success, card of extreme passion. Why you have to fight against it? Looking at this looking at this reading here, this for me, guys, looking at that is a kind of like threat of being of burning out, threat of hyperactivity, threat of trying to make everything at the same time as it is given to you as task. Especially difficult and especially troublesome when it comes into your career reading. This card shows that you may scatter yourself among a lot of things that you have to bring to the very end. And in reality, Taurus, as you are Taurus at the end of the day, I'm not astrologer, but as far as I know, Taurus are slow and steady, methodical, kind of like their approach is quite meticulous for what I know. And trying to implant that kind of meticulous procedures into all of your actions, of course, with the slow approach, it may lead you nowhere, because, guys, you have to devote on one single thing here. Question is, what kind of thing I need to devote so I can have the time to finalize it? And here we do have the Devil card to aim for. The Devil card speaks as a primal instinct. This is the card, guys, that reflects the very urge and the very need of our soul. So in other words, well, if I say that your soul will lead you, that's a bullshit. It will, kind of like, but we cannot understand really the yearning of our soul with our conscious. So you will feel that extreme pull toward a certain activity, into your career especially, a certain pull, certain drive. You will not be able to stop thinking of either this project, this activity, or you just name it, guys, or the position that you're aiming for. And this is exactly where you need to implant your meticulous procedures, as I said, and to give your devotions, because this is exactly where, guys, you are about to reach a certain success. This is where exactly you are about to plant the seeds of your labor, and at the end they will just bear fruits. So one last advice with these three cards: wherever you face difficulties of pushing forward, it is kind of like the job is tough, or you have a difficulty to be in the same page with your partner on on kind of like a certain enterprise, or in a certain proposition that you're doing. This is exactly what you need to push for, because the Four of Wands is a card saying, guys, that after a very, very hard, methodical and systematical work, excuse me, the things finally comes to their very end, and they are marked by success. So that's why we do have the we did have kind of like the Ace of Wands there, because the Ace of Wands comes as a danger, you being scattered into many other things and not putting the required devotion to this particular agenda of yours that you have led quite a long time ago, and now it's time to finalize it. So for you, Taurus, big cycle is coming to an end during this solar eclipse, and this will be a cycle of growth. You are about to make new friendships, you are about to meet new people, you are about to consolidate the relationships into your family, guys, or you can have a very, very good unfoldment into and progress into your career, but you can have only one of them. So you decide which one you want to have. And that is here the lesson with the Five of Cups. It's basically here this card is telling me that you can't have everything you want, at least not at the same time. This is what I'm trying to say. So why don't you just, guys, focus one step at a time to a certain thing. You just finish one thing after another, and you are going to see that there is a certain pattern here. And even though you have set aside an important ventures of yours, they actually can come back to you in the future. So it all comes to a matter of priorities for you, and I can imagine that every single Taurus as an individual has different priorities. So that's why I'm trying to present you the cards in a certain way, guys, in this kind of way, so you can find your own personal priorities. But what is important to know in this you Taurus, in this solar eclipse, is that you can have what your agenda is, but only one at the time. Hello, Dansha. So you can have it only one at the time. You can't have multiple tasks finish it, just one. So you should set your priorities straight. And when that happens, you may kind of feel emotionally stressed for that you couldn't push all of your tasks to the very end into the time margin that you have given to you. However, you need to realize that none could have. So basically it was just way too much activities of yours. So there is nothing that you need to blame yourself for. In other words, you should accept your plan, Taurus, moving forward without you losing your self-respect. So now, Gemini, you're welcome, Tess. Oops. Some cards fell down, guys. 1 second. This is quite of a habit for me now, eh? And my hair went messy. Jesus. Okay, so for Gemini, let me check it out, guys. The first card, we do have the Chariot card, and then we do have the Fool card. So double major, and it does seems a major period for Gemini. With the third one, we see the Hermit, and then the fourth one, that will be the Page of Swords, and the fifth one, that will be the Seven of Cups. So let's go with the first three cards, which are the major cards, the major arcanas. First one, your theme with the Chariot card. Chariot is usually an act of heroism, guys, an act of determination, pushing forward, being prepared for a big jump moving forward. So that could speak generally in emotional state, however, because that is a water card, also ruled by Cancer, by Cancer, excuse me. But the major philosophy of the Chariot is that if you kind of arm yourself with your iron will, and despite of what lies ahead, you charge forward, the path for you will be revealed. So basically the theme for you in the solar eclipse is that there is nothing unachievable at your behalf. Now it depends on you in which field of your life you're about to implant that kind of philosophy. So which field of your life you do really need to implant a heroism at? Is this your relationship, or is this your career, or your social circle? No, you have to choose that for yourself, guys. But whatever you do, stay true to the things that you are doing until now, the four things you need to stand against. That is now the brand new beginning. Now, and the Ace of Wands was like a fresh start into the ongoing matters. These are completely new circumstances that you need to kind of like avoid to take on. That this is a completely new path for you. It could be a new person that's coming into your life and is trying to give you a hint that they can make a relationship with you. That could be a new job offer, guys. That could be a new that could be an offer for you to go into a new friendship circle, if you want to say it that way. Deviation, it is, and distraction, it is what that card implants here. And you will be a fool in the literal meaning of the word if you believe to that kind of a goal or that kind of a layout into your future can happen as beautiful as it is presenting to you on its just glimpse of its idea. Okay, so before you do anything stupid, guys, you have to first calculate your odds against the things that you have fought until now, because as your aims and as your intentions, Gemini, we do have the Hermit. And the only thing I can say from these cards, guys, it will be a really tough struggle for you to bring your activities and to push them in this solar eclipse, to keep on doing them. That could play out, as I said, into your relationship. You can have a really hard time into your relationship. And looking at the Fool card here, standing into a negative position, gosh, you will just want to leave it. You just want to walk away from it and never come back. But something in you will tell you to stay in, because it's still worth fighting for it. And I believe that this is what you need to do. I believe that this is what you're going to do, because the light that shines for you there in the darkness, that will actually allow you to move forward, either with your relationship, troublesome relationship, or either with your troublesome career. It is about to come, guys. But how you can find it faster? You have to pull yourself away from the ideas of others and from the ideas of the world, which means kind of like a life of solitude, a life of I can't say exile, but singularity. So if you do have ideas, if you do have a certain opinions, if you do have a certain goals of yours, you shouldn't allow anybody to jeopardize them, in a sense of talking you out of those kind of aims and presumptions that you do have for your life. And then we do have the lesson you're about to learn here, guys, with the Page of Swords, is that you need to have an independable thought. Basically, the independable thought is what makes you different, and the differences that you do have compared to the others, and even compared to your partner, it is what makes you special for this world. So because you think differently, because you do have a different opinion, doesn't make you less than others, guys. Just on the contrary, it does make you unique, it does make you special, and you need to believe in that. That will be the lesson that you're about to learn, and I hope your Gemini doesn't learn it the hard way. Then we do go to the energies with the Seven of Cups. Those are kind of flows of energies going up and down. At one time, you're going to feel, guys, very energetic, very inspirational, kind of like your spirit will be lifted. 20 minutes after, you will kind of being out of optimism. You may kind of like start believing in the doom and gloom and these kind of stuff. So it's going to be like kind of like swirling you here and there, up and down. And unfortunately, with those kind of energies, you cannot say which is which very often. So I can suggest you with these cards is that you stick to what you know to be true and don't believe with fairy tales. So while shuffling to the next card, to the next star sign, let me summarize, guys. That will be a period of time for you, Gemini, where you have a lot of distractions. I mean, as a distracting events, not distraction as a ruin, okay? And a great promises will be revealed to you, but those kind of great promises, for what I can see here in the cards, they are going to be false, okay? They are going to be fake. It will be an illusion, and you have to stick to what you know to be true to you. You do have a relationship, that's a true thing that you do have around you. You gotta fight for it. You do have a job right now, it's a true thing. It's something that you do have right now, and you need to fight for it. Don't divide from the path that you have consciously taken. Okay, so now we are going to Cancer. Well, happy birthday, Lorraine. Hope you have a good time, excuse me, with the partying and these kind of stuff. I honestly and frankly with you guys, I don't like to party. I don't like to go on discos, bars and these kind of stuff. I don't like to celebrate my birthday if that's peculiar to you people. It is basically, for me, it's just an ordinary day. So okay, so for Cancer, thank you, Nina. We do got the Three of Swords. Now my brother is a Cancer. That's why I made that expression with the Queen of Swords, with the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Four of Wands. So we put this aside. That one will be the lesson that you're about to learn from this period of time and the energies that are going to surround you. Let's focus now on these three cards, guys. You will have a very, very hard time given from a certain person, either your boss or a very close either friend or a relative to your partner into your relationship. It could be also a friend, but it's going to be a really, really tough time. What I'm trying to say is that if this is your boss here, whatever you do in your job, you will never be able to mesmerize them. You will never be able to impress them. It will always be not enough. So what you can do in this particular case, stick to the agenda of the company. With the Hierophant card is basically only thing that you need to do in order to secure your place into your career, guys, is to do what it is written in your contract. There is nothing else that it is asked from you to be done, and you don't have to strive away from kind of like your duties just so you can impress someone with additional work. As I told you, probably that will be a bad period of time for your boss and supervisor as well, and that's why they will never be happy regardless of your performance. So if we're going for a relationship type, that will be either your kind of like the mother or a very close friend of your partner here. And they will not be happy of your performance into the relationship, in a sense where they will think that you can give bigger layout of happiness to the person you are with, but you are kind of acting selfish. This is what they will try to bring in. Now the problem is that they're wrong, because they're seeing the things only from one perspective, and what you need to do here is basically don't mind them. You have to blindly believe into your partner's strength to persevere through those mean talks addressed to you, because your partner in reality should know what person you are for real, and instead of listening to other people. So the opinion of others about you shouldn't matter to your partner at all. This is, for at least for me, how one relationship should be built up. Another version of interpretation of these cards, guys, is that you are about to but that's really a negative interpretation. This period of time, the solar eclipse, you are about to hear a lot of lies. You are about to hear a lot of lies about your surroundings, about the people that you are meeting with, generally for yourself as well. As that could be also gossips, and they will not place you in a very good position. They will make you think, oh my god, how the people can actually talk such things, because they are lies. And the biggest shock here comes from that this person knows that they are lies and they still spreading them. Okay, so how you can retaliate back? The Hierophant is a clear sign that you need to basically sit down with this person and show them that your mental edge is bigger than theirs. So in other words, you need to smother them mentally and to show them that they simply cannot treat you that way, and this is fully within your power. You shouldn't pull yourself away or avoid from such a conflict here, guys. You need to teach these people that they cannot simply treat you that way, not just because it isn't fair, but because it isn't true. Okay, so the lesson that you're about to learn here with the Lovers card, guys, is that there is always a time to do something. Okay, there is always a time to fix things, and there is always a way to make harmony, especially if we're talking about job and relationship, to make harmony and align our actions and our approaches with the things that you need to want, so they can unfold the way we want them to unfold. Okay, so that is kind of like, basically this is a lesson where you realize that it is never too late, and better done late than never done. Okay, and at the end we do have the energies here with the Four of Wands. So that is kind of a very, very strong energy of happiness. So at least you're about to keep your positive attitude through all that, knowing that all these lies, they will not go for a long run. I mean, they won't serve anybody for a long run, and at the end the truth will be revealed, and this is what is going to happen. Those kind of energies keeping you the positive attitude are about to make the truth pop up, and you will be stripped from all guilt, if there are any. I mean, in your career, for example, you may be pointed. I mean, the finger may start pointing at you from a very angry coworker just because they think that you are a threat to them. They can start spreading lies. This is a way that this particular situation can play out for you. Same thing goes for your relationship. For example, someone very, very jealous that you're with this person could start spreading lies for the relationship itself, jeopardizing it. But if this is about relationship, guys, you should know that your partner is stronger than that. The relationship itself is stronger than that. So don't worry at all. Okay, so now we are shuffling for Leo. Leo, for you, we do have the Seven of Cups with the Devil card, the second one. Then we do have the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Swords here. And then the Four of Pentacles. So let's put these two as aside. And theme, challenges, aims. So the theme will be Seven of Cups. You will be on the verge of repeating old mistakes, guys. I mean, probably you got to, how can I place it in words? You haven't learned any particular lessons in your past, and you will be, as I said, on a verge to repeat old mistakes. Will you going to repeat them? Well, that depends how grounded you will be, you will be regarding to the choices you make. Will you get on the back track eventually by the end of the solar eclipse? Definitely. But the question here is, people, are you going to be set in the back track by being disappointed, or by your sober thinking and by your analytic mind? Well, that depends entirely on you. So this card says that in this solar eclipse, Leo, whatever you do, don't allow your emotions to take an edge on you, because for what it seems, your emotions will give you every single wrong choice to make that it is possible. It is just basically you have to be logically cold and mind cold about everything that is happening around you, and you have to decide your choices moving forward completely based on your personal benefits. Okay? And then things you need to stand against, that will be the devil, and we're talking here about temptations, guys. Big kind of temptations. Probably, well, I can give you a very, very fresh example. I mean, let's say that you are single for quite a long of time, and now a person that kind of fits as an ideology of yours as the best person that you can have by your side is now open, and it's make approach to you. That will be the description of the devil in the bad position. That will be a description where you do make and repeat an old mistake, because you jump into one relationship, for example, where you haven't made your research, you haven't reconnoitered the surroundings of this person, and you will be wrong. Soon after, you will be disappointed and you will get back on track. So basically what the devil here says is, don't give yourself away to the temptations, guys, because the temptations, it is something that can ruin you. You need to have strong angels. I don't know if you know what that expression mean in English, because it's an expression here in Bulgaria. For example, it's about a resistance. It does depend how resilient you are to the temptations. And then the things you need to aim for, same as Aries here, guys, is you need to aim to go the hard way moving forward. So there is no easy way around for you to push through your situations and have them successful. And basically you need to stand with a strong spine and take on the difficulties. So here I cannot say that by saying work smart instead of hard will give you any benefits. You have to work both ways. You need to work smart and you need to work hard. There is no other way around it. There is, but eventually you will end up disappointed and you will have to make a double time for it. So the lesson that you are about to learn, guys, Seven of Swords, that's a typical card here as a lesson, is that if you don't reach for something, no one will give it to you. And if you don't answer about something you want, if you don't ask, not answer, if you don't ask for a something that you want, the answer always will be no. So basically, when you do want something, ask for it, and who knows, it may be given. So at the end for you, Leo, we do have the energies, and Four of Pentacles, very, very solid energies, guys. Mainly those kind of energies, they're going to sustain your material comfort. So if your money doesn't increase until they, at least they ain't going to decrease here. So you're kind of shielded of unexpected difficulties, unexpected expenses, excuse me. You're kind of shielded of having to make a very awkward for you maneuvers, so you can avoid a certain, I don't know, I cannot say disasters, guys, but I could say a very, very unpleasant and unfortunate flow of events. Manually everything will go according to your plan, but your plan initially, it is something that is quite hard to be yeah, quite hard to be initiated, so you should keep on moving with it, guys. So the next one, we are going to Virgo. Well, Katie is kind of like, uh, I don't know how you guys are accepting these readings, but by telling you you have to deal with these kind of difficulties, there is no easy way around it. I mean that will be the ordinary way. I mean, if you doesn't put an effort into something, nobody is going to give it to you as a gift, you know. So this is what I mean here. I don't mean that you will really struggle and you will spend sleepless night with the problems that bug into your mind. That will be the usual routine here, guys, coping with the usual difficulties that you need to do. It is just, what I'm trying to say is that you cannot snap with your fingers and make them disappear, because some of the star signs, I do believe, they will have that option most likely. So for Virgo, the Temperance card is the first card we're drawing, and then we do have the Ace of Wands. A very similar. Wow, with the Wheel of Fortune. Well, that. What can I say from a first look of those cards? Wow, look at that. That would be the Page of Wands with the Hermit card. Well, we needed such card. I would have preferred that to be a water card, but for you, Virgo, we do have the Hermit, the Earth card. Why would I do prefer a water card? We do have a lot of fiery energy here, guys. These are 4 fire cards, which means a lot of activity. A activity where you will be quite exhausted at the end, an activity where you will be, how can I place them, sick of. And sick in a state of where you will be annoyed that you will always have to be on the move, constantly keeping up with the environment and with the circumstances around you. So putting out the page aside, we do have these 3: the theme, the difficulties, the aims. So the theme will be a Temperance card, a very wide and broad as a theme, because that card shows that there is a middle path towards something. Okay, you should not go into anything extreme, or in other words, the theme here is that nothing extreme will happen to you, Virgo. Just on the contrary, people will pay respect to your opinions. People will pay respect to the way that you do things. People will pay respect to things you need to fetch into your life. People will pay respect to your solidarity. People will pay respect to your dignity. In other words, you will become quite independent here, especially talking about career-wise. Your boss, for what I can say with this card, ain't gonna care about how you do reach your results. They are only will care about does the results are reached. So you will have all those kind of resources on your disposal, and that is a fantastic thing for your relationship, guys, because for what it seems, your partner, if they aren't agreed with you and your own and with your opinion and with your points of view, they are going to acknowledge it at least, and they are going to honor it in a way that they will have a realization that you are also a human being and you cannot be enslaved by their opinion and by their mental strength. And thus, for what it seems, you are about to reach a very, very big compromise with them where the relationship will be saved in case it is in a very bad spot. I can say with this card, guys, this solar eclipse for you, Virgo, will be a period of healing. But where does the problem lies? In these two cards, because the Wheel of Fortune is a card of an extreme fortune happening from the fortunate circumstances. Basically, you will have the luck of the draw on your disposal. What I mean here is that out of nowhere, you will have that blessings flying all around you, and you get to choose which one to take, guys. So that will be a flawless unfolding into your career. That will be unexpected good fortune into your relationship. All of a sudden, everything is moving fast, everything is moving according and even beyond your expectations, okay? As good as it possibly can, and you couldn't even imagine to become that good. Problem, real issue. Ace of Wands again is a card of hyperactivity. In this case, is a card where you try to find, how can I place it in words? You are trying to find a baby lion beneath the male lion. Okay, so you're trying to execute something that it can't be executed, and you're wasting all of your time, all of your efforts, all of your enthusiasm, all of your faith, guys. So why just you cannot go with the flow is my question. And you have to go with the flow here, Virgos, with this particular solar eclipse, because the flow is leading you not toward the waterfall of doom. Just on the contrary, guys, they're probably leading you, the flow is probably leading you in this cave of treasures, and you're about to find that one out. So you need to have a little bit more belief in that the universe have a plan for you, Virgos, and this plan ends in this, at the end of that solar eclipse, into a very, very favorable position that you're going to find yourself. Lesson you're about to learn is the Page of Wands. And with the Page of Wands, guys, that is a lesson where you don't have to be adaptable, okay? But how can I place it in words? You need to be open for everything new, okay? Because, as I said, go with the flow means to be open for everything new. And if you think that you cannot take any more on your plate, you have to remind yourself how strong you are. You need to remind yourself of your personal strength, and then you're about to find the room for more things to be dragged into your plate. So basically the life is going to, for you Virgo at least, is going to present you a lot of newness in the upcoming solar eclipse. The question is, are you willing to take it? Okay, and here I want to talk a little bit more about the thin line, because these three cards are me new beginning, and probably people are kind of confused. Well, at least I would have been confused, okay? So, life is going to present you new things. They were like this, okay? And you have to go for them. But you have to go for the things that life gives you, not the things you have to strive toward, not the things that you need to struggle with, okay? The things that the flow gives you. This is basically where your aims should stay. And as I said, that sometimes at some star signs, basically the universe gives them the luxury of having it the easy way, while you, Virgo, will have it easy way around, this time at least in this solar eclipse. So make it count. And the energies here, the Hermit, and I just wrote about Angie, how about baby? And that makes me think these kind of energies, guys, they are energies that will pull you, or rather they are going to pull your calling, your purpose towards you during this solar eclipse. So as Angie said, if your purpose is to have baby, or if your calling is to have baby, then for what it seems, that will be your cycle. But as I say, as I see now, you're Sagittarius. That is about Virgo, and that also implants for Virgo. So guys, this solar eclipse, the universe itself is going to pull your calling, your purpose, the thing that is meant for you to become closer to you. If not, you can't become it. And now we are going to shuffle for Libra. So quite a few Libra say. Oops. Libra, for you, we're starting with the Eight of Cups, and then we go to the King of Cups, and then we do have the Devil card. A lot of Devil cards, by the way. Then we go to the Five of Cups. Wow, quite emotional. And then the Page of Pentacles. So I don't know how to even begin with these cards, guys. That will be a cycle of a lot of detachments, okay? There will be a person around you, and this person will hide emotional affection. This person will kind of like try to look at least not caring, but in reality they do care quite a lot about your unfoldment and about your developing. That could be that is most likely your father with the Ace of Cups, with the King of Cups, excuse me. And the thing is that they will try to not be detached. Don't be attached, excuse me. Because for what it seems, you will have to arrange, you will have to kind of set into a certain string a priorities of yours, and an ideas of activities of yours, if you want to say it that way as well. Eight of Cups is a card where the card itself, guys, is showing that even though the fortune right now is not as good as it can be, it will become better. So I have to believe in my future and move forward. So in other words, the results that you may achieve in emotional field, however, we're talking about emotional field. This has nothing to do with career, for what it seems. This is about relationship, or it's about an attempt of commitment. And for what it seems, you will not have the response you require, okay? And by not having the response you require here, on an emotional response, what you have to do is the Devil card. And the Devil card, in your case, guys, Libras, it does shows that you have to start using your power over this person. You need to be more hard with them. You need to be more how can I place it in words? Tyrannical, if we can say it that way. Because the tyranny here actually does a good thing. It makes them snapping out. It will make this person snapping out. And through this snap out, they are going to show the true emotions and the true feelings towards you and toward the relationship. In majority of the cases, that will be a good unfoldment, a good follow-up. What I mean is that they are going to show that, or kind of like confess that they do love you, that they do care, and the relationship will move on. In some other cases, well, they will basically show you that they are with you for some other benefits. Okay, so in other words, guys, Libras, you need to make out all or nothing while this solar eclipse is in presence. So that speaks from 21st, the next couple of weeks. And the lesson you are about to learn here is the Five of Cups. In this particular lesson, it is this card teaches us in this particular case, guys, that whatever happens, life goes on, and we should spend not a single second mourning and groaning about the past, because yesterday is yesterday, and if you try to recapture it, the only thing you are going to lose, people, is tomorrow. So no mourning, no groaning, no grief, no sorrow. You just, guys, enjoy life, because life is colorful and life can give you these numerous opportunities for having new partners, new jobs. It is basically, you shouldn't, as I said, suffer and experience sorrow for something you have done in the past, something that you cannot repay back or you cannot fix. And the energies, youthful energies, are at your disposal here in this solar eclipse, Libras. These are very constructive energies. For what it seems, they're about to start making you initiating a very big agenda, or a long-term agenda of your behalf. Those kind of energies, as they are marked by the page, and especially the page of the page of Pentacles, as it shows growth here in the ground, and which means fertility, an energy of a fertile energy. If you do want a kid, well, now the energies are at your disposal to have a good kid, to get yourself pregnant. So your attempts of conceive, they will not be futile. Okay. And another thing is that if you are pregnant, for example, or if you do have a little kid that cannot make you aware what is wrong with them, these kind of energies are showing that they will be perfectly safe and sound. And if they are sick of something, they are likely to start improving. So yeah, Lori, I do hope that we do get something positive for Scorpio as well. So now we are going to Scorpio and Libras. What I can give you as an advice looking at these cards, guys, is that you need to show your full power over people that does care for you. Tanya, I'm on Scorpio now. I just read for Libra. So Libras, this is what I'm trying to say the whole time through the reading. Life goes on regardless of how the flow of events does unfold for us at this very moment. So you cannot feel desperate if a certain agenda of yours doesn't succeed in this very moment. And also it doesn't mean that you should leave it behind you. Okay, if you can implant it in the future, you have to try it out, but when the time is right, okay, when the time comes for it. Until then, you need to focus on different stuff. Okay, so Scorpio, for you, we do have the Judgment, then we do have the Three of Swords, and then we do have the Ace of Swords. And then we do have the Knight of Cups and the Two of Wands. So, by its nature, guys, that will be a major cycle for Scorpio. We do have the theme, the struggle, the aims, or the benefits. So the theme is the judgment. Judgment, most of the trivial meanings of the judgment is union, reunion, being in harmony with your actions. So in other words, wherever, excuse me guys, you are bringing your efforts at, it does develop the way you want it to develop. That's one thing for the judgment. But it does have a higher meaning, people. This card shows a breakthrough, major breakthrough, most likely into your career or into your social circle here, looking at these two cards. Less likely to be into your relationship, but if it happens through your relationship, people, it will be through a painful truth that you are about to lay out forward. Painful conversations, hurtful conversations, but you are going to be truthful to your words, you are going to be truthful to your partner. In other words, you will not going to sugarcoat anything, because for what it seems, things had gone way too far, and right now, if it doesn't get any better by you laying out everything, by you being truthful to your words and to your thoughts as well, basically you cannot live in this thing any longer, and it's better to go away. It is better for you to basically be alone at this very point. But if this is about your career, guys, that is a major breakthrough into a certain project of yours, or in a certain field area of expertise of yours. That could be the new job that is coming in. However, if that's the new job coming in, then how can I place some words? You are very soon going to find out that you are not very well qualified to deal with this new job, and this is where the renegotiations of either salary or rules have to step in. You may try to renegotiate, guys, your qualification. In other words, you may kind of stroke a deal where the company itself could sign you to acquire this particular qualification. You need to know that it is not over yet, and you will not get expelled from the job just because you aren't performing as well as the company expected you to perform. No, they have invested in you, okay, and they will keep their investments, so they will keep you. Lesson you're about to learn is the Knights of Cups here as a lesson learned shows that nothing will happen by a chance, or the good things in life, they don't happen by a chance. They happen through systematic and constant hard work. So roll up your sleeve, guys, and start on working. And the energies we do have, Scorpios, it is the Two of Wands, and those energies are going to open you quite a lot of doors. So you will not lack an opportunities in front of you. You will not lack an options available in front of you. But those energies, they are going to kind of push you to start working beyond one standard. So you will not be satisfied with your personal performance, either into your career or either into your relationship. And you will want to show the world that you can do much, much more, that you do worth much, much more. And you will be able to do it with the Judgment there, and with the Ace of Swords, guys. You will be able to show the world that they have it all wrong. They thought about you wrong things because they basically couldn't see what jewel you are shimmering beneath the sun. So that was for Scorpio, and now we are going to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, for you we're starting with the Fool card, and then wow, here we go. We got the Star, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Page of Swords, with the King of Cups. Okay, so the theme, the struggle, the aims. Guys, there is no doubt that you will have the new beginning on your behalf. There is no doubt that you are going to embark on a new road coming into this solar eclipse. The new road does depend on how you define it. Generally, the Fool comes as a brand new journey, so it could be, I don't know, but it's going to be how can I place it? It's going to be a brand new experience of yours. It's going to be something that you haven't searched or you haven't imagined by now. So in other words, it will be completely different experience from what you have experienced until now. So if you are jobless, well then congratulations, you do have your new job in front of you. Well, it's not going to be the one that you have hoped for that you will get here with the Star card, because we do have what you need to struggle against. But at least it's going to be a job, and the more you work it, the more you're about to see that there is a quite big future in it. So you'll be quite thankful at the end of the day that the universe or the fate or the destiny, depending how the people like to name this kind of horse, it have gave you this particular option in front of you, or have gave you this this opportunity. You're single, well, congratulations, here is your relationship. Just don't get way too winded, guys, from the person, because you may fall, you may crash into this person quite severely at the very start, and not that they are going to not be faithful, they are going to be faithful to the relationship. Not that they are not going to kind of like have an affinity towards you or love you or something like this. It is just you will do that way too much, and it will hurt you not seeing that they are a kind of like a similar devotion from their end, and that will be what will really bring you down. That will be what can really slumber your enthusiasm. That would really be something that makes you out of positivity. So with that being said, what I can advise you with these three cards is to be carefree, it's to be playful, it's to allow any single idea that is stuck into your mind to be examined and to be tried to be executed in the upcoming events, flow of events. Of course, don't place way too great hopes into everything that you do. You just have fun, Sagittarius. Have fun with the people that you are dealing with. Have fun with the people that you are dating. Have fun with your projects at job. Have fun with your partner. Have fun with your family. And through the fun, guys, you will definitely embark the new beginning and a brand new stage into your life. You will have a very faithful supporter here with the Queen of Pentacles, someone who is going to support you materially, financially most likely, and is someone that will grant your independence, someone that will grant your kind of like sustainability, okay? But this person, this person also will make you aware of the vastness of your activities. What I'm trying to say is that this person will make sure that you do realize the full scale of your enterprises, the full scale of your aims, so you can make every single detail count, so you can make every single maneuver to be as flawless and as perfect as possible. So with that being said, guys, you Sagittarius will have hell of a solar eclipse period. It is basically, it will be very productive. It is just, don't get ahead of yourself, guys. That will be the only thing that you need to stand against, not being ahead of oneself. And then we do have the lesson that you're about to learn with the Page of Swords here, the Page of Swords is a lesson, as we said, is about independent thought. Is that doesn't matter what the people think about you, or doesn't matter what the people think about your ways, or your actions, or these kind of stuff. All that it matters is your self-righteousness. All that it matters is how you feel after you say something, or how you feel after you do something. So the foreign opinion is something that should touch you the least from all of the world around you. And then Sagittarius, we do have the energies with the King of Cups. Those energies are going to sustain your emotional health very, very solid. And on top of that, these kind of energies are going to make you kind of tame your passion and your emotions in a way that you will not make an emotional choices here. You will not make an emotional decisions, and that will shield you from making a stupid actions, because the stupidity, it is born from the emotions. This is completely my opinion, guys. When you are emotional, you say stupid things. When you are emotional, you do stupid things. The only thing that can make you do stupid things, that's fear as well, because the fear is something that rots your soul. Hello, Diana. So the next one, that will be Capricorn. You're welcome, Stella. I'm a diamond, baby. Thank you. Thank you, Angie. So for Capricorns, we do have the Knight of Swords with the Six of Wands and the Seven of Cups. That will be the third card. The Fool is the fourth, and the Strength is the fifth. So the theme, the struggle, the aims. Guys, it does seem that you ain't going to be very, very happy with the performance of someone close of yours. Most likely an air sign person, which is Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or it has these ascendant. This person is not going to... How can I place it in words? Well, the performance is going to reach your expectations, okay? But the results ain't. So your time will be completely focused around this person who is trying to push the things through. That could be your kid as well, or it could be a very good friend of yours. It is just the lack of progress will be something that bugs you. And what you have to do at the very end is the Seven of Cups. First, I would have told you not to make any irrational thing, to go according to the plan, but in very rare cases my intuition speaks when I draw tarot cards. And here, well, basically what my intuition tells me about these cards, guys, is that you gotta go for the bold thing. You got to make something unstandard. You got to shock the world with your ideas. For example, let's say that you are a agent, or you are a manager of something. You have to make something bold. You have to take a certain risk. So this person can meet your expectations. So this person can kind of like the achievements or the success of his efforts meet your expectations. So in other words, Capricorn, you have hell of a fight to lead, and that will not be your fight, okay? That will not be your battle, but you can profit from this battle. And at the end of the day, how can I place it in words? You will reach certain personal recognition, and I can reassure you guys that the rewards you are about to achieve from helping this person are going to be substantial. Now, because we do have 3 main arcanas, you can completely screw this person off, say I don't care about you, and I will just live my life. Then the solar eclipse will be somewhat very peaceful of yours, and you will not struggle at all, you will not be aggravated, but someone else is going to collect those rewards. Someone else will going to have that recognition that you could have by helping this person, which is this person is kind of like very active. In a certain way, this person doesn't slack, this person isn't lazy, this person works, and this person it is ready to try unconventional methods in order to make the things work. Okay, so you need to give them this unconventional method. The idea needs to come from you, Capricorn. And so we do have the Fool card here as a lesson. Everything has its first time. Basically, that's the lesson here. No matter how stupid is the idea you have, no matter how childish it seems or how ridiculous does it sound, it is worth exploring and it is worth trying, because from one of those kind of like ridiculous idea, guys, that you do have, a true gold mine will pop up, and you're about to see how much money you're about to make. If this is about business here, you will be just amazed out of that. And then we do have the energies. Excuse me, guys, I'm getting a bit winded here. The strength card, that will be an energy. Well, strength is strength, but that will be an energy of patience. That will be an energy of understanding, an energy that will keep you in your place and will give you strength through anointment, if I can say it that way. It's going to give you strength through, how can I place it in words? You, without bruising yourself into someone, will be able to implant a certain very, how can I place it? A very, very subtle maneuvers for them to do. At the start, of course, they will be resilient to that, and those kind of energies will allow you not to be aggravated to a certain point where you're gonna say screw you. So the only way you can say screw you is if your priorities lies elsewhere. But with this reading, I cannot imagine where your priorities will lie elsewhere than this person, because if this person isn't someone from your work, that will be your kid. If it is not your kid, it's going to be your partner, or it could be your brother, and they will definitely need your help, guys. They will need your support, because without you, they cannot go any further. And now let me shuffle to go for a Aquarius. Oh, hello, Bridget. Well, Pisces comes after Aquarius, which Aquarius will be down right now. So stick around, and you can find, and you will catch Pisces. Thank you, Carmen. Okay, so Aquarius. Justice is at hand for what it seems. With the Six of Wands, we have second time this card, and then we do have again the Seven of Cups. Wow. Then we do have the World card with the Two of Swords. Okay, so because we do have the Justice here, that completely changes the layout of the story. The theme, the struggle, the aims. So the theme will be that everybody gets what they deserve. Justice, it is about being accountable for oneself. Accountable for oneself. Accountable for oneself. I'm repeating it 3 times because people think that when justice comes, it says, oh, we have to act fair. Yes, we have to act fair, but according to ourselves, okay, against ourselves or toward ourselves. So in other words, the first person you have to be fair with is your person. So I'm sorry that I have to tell you that, guys, but this is not selfishness. This is about receiving what you are fighting for. This is about receiving what you deserve. So when you are about to make a how can I place it in words? Where you are about to make a certain decisions, you need to make those kind of decisions accountable to oneself. Situations will be revealed through acute discernment as well, and at the end of that, what will be the difficulty here is to convince other people around your points of view, or kind of like when you receive a certain rewards, for example, bonus in your career, or an attention from a person in your social circle, or it's just a person ends up in you with you in relationship. People will not be agree with that. They will going to think that you are selfish. Well, what I can tell is that let them think that way. I mean, who are they to judge you at the end of the day, Aquarius? Okay, who are they to ask for an explanation? I mean, they ain't God. So at the end of the day, you have to, Aquarius, do what you think is best for you. Again, justice says, did I say judgment before, guys? The card is justice, excuse me. That card is justice. So the justice is the card saying that everybody get what they deserve. There is no law, the law of nature, not the law of God, but the law of nature. It's in place here. Whatever you are fighting for, it will be yours. This kind of like reminds me of a tale I have read, where I would give you just an example. Let's say that on an heir of a throne and his brother, a little brother, fight for the throne, and the heir says, this throne belongs to me by right. Well, the little brother will say it belongs to the one who takes it, and this is the law of nature. It does belong to the one who takes it. So when you want something, you reach it out and you take it, because you are for you, Aquarius, because the lesson you are about to learn here is the World card, and that will be exactly this, that at the end of the day, the world, not the world, but the universe itself is an open thing, and the world as a completion, as a card of reaching a completion, and after that a new perspective emerging soon. You have to grasp whatever you are craving for, whatever your heart is yearning for, because if you don't do it, nobody will give it to you, guys. Okay, the World card says that you need to you will realize that you have to put your own personal efforts into something so it can happen. Otherwise, no one will do it for you. And the energies we do have here is the Two of Swords. Even if you hurt somebody, because at the end of the day, we can't make everybody happy here. Let's be true, okay? Let's be open for the truth. It is what I'm trying to say. Because that's the thing, guys. I am very bugged with people asking me, for example, when someone goes for reading and says, I have been a good person. According to you, yeah, but according to the universe, in my opinion, you have been just as good person as your neighbor and as your neighbor's neighbor, because there is a balance here, guys. For example, when you do good to your friend, you do bad to your friend's enemy, and you do good to your friend's enemy, and you do bad to your friend's enemy. So there is an echo, there is a balance. You cannot do good into someone without doing equally bad things into other person, okay? Or let's say that you give a loan into someone, and the next day someone else into a similar position comes to you for money, but you already have gave those money into the first person, okay? Then you did good to the first person, but the second person who counted on you, well, you did bad to them because you already gave those money into the first person. So what I can advise you here, Aquarius, is be accountable to oneself, because you will be amazed, guys, that no one can be accountable for you, and in reality only a very few people wishes you good. That's the truth. And thus being said, the energies here with the Two of Swords are energies shielding you from a long-term consequences from your actions and from your decisions. I mean bad consequences for your decisions. So with that being said about Aquarius, it's kind of like philosophical reading here, guys, but I want to stress it out that with this reading, if you take it under consideration, looking at these cards, you can achieve so much. I mean, you can surpass way beyond your expectations as a plan that you have created by the end of the solar eclipse. But again, you have to be true, not to your partner, not to your father or mother, or not to your friend. You need to be true to you. And if your partner, your kid, for example, and your father and your mother are something very important to you, then you will be true to them. But just because someone takes a certain status, you shouldn't feel pity for them, nor giving your commiserations to them, okay? Because at the end of the day, social status is something invented by people to create a fake hierarchy in the society. This is what I'm thinking, guys. And social status is also something that can destroy certain people that haven't done anything wrong, apart from that they have chased their own happiness. Thank you, Beverly. What do you mean you're waiting for a change from Aquarius? Fiorella. Are you Aquarius? Okay, so Pisces, last but not least, we again have the Justice card with the Eight of Swords this time. Now we do have something different here, guys. That is blind justice. That is a self-righteousness. This is ruthlessness, and it's something that, well, how could you not relate that then? I mean, as I said, you need to be, your partner as Aquarius needs to be accountable to oneself at start. And here we are seeing with the Justice there, and what was the next card? The Six of Wands as a negative. We are seeing that he can't stop it, but he requires a huge will to do so. At the end of the day, the change should come, but it will require some promises with the Seven of Cups after that, okay? It does require from him to see why he needs to leave the alcohol addiction, why he have to be strong to suffer the withdrawal effects. Why? You need to provide that for him. At least this is what I'm thinking. But again, as I want to tell you guys that these 5 cards, I cannot read for the global population with them. I mean, I am trying to present them in a way that they can give you the general outlook. Now the private reading, this is completely different thing. It is very personal. You get to ask your question and the cards answer strictly to your question, which is the same thing that happens, for example, if you do subscribe for the lunar from the lunar phases reports. These reports are personalized for you, which means that it is about your life, not overall for Virgo or for Aquarius or for Capricorn. So Pisces here, again, we're going back to Pisces. We have the self-righteousness here. We do have the obstruction of mind with these cards, feeling and thinking that you don't have any options available in front of you than one certain move. Excuse me, one certain move and none other. That's so wrong to think of. Do you know what I'm thinking when I'm looking at these two cards in conjunction? Five of Swords. There is no better way to describe those cards. So you can hurt a lot of people with these Pisces. What you can do, of course, being accountable to oneself with the Justice card, but in the same time you need to be open-minded. You need to realize, guys, that your words, your actions, and your thoughts even does have an echo in the future. So in other words, this solar eclipse for you Pisces is going to be like a butterfly effect. Whatever you do will have an echo in your future, and this echo will be very, very strong here. With the Six of Wands, you have to aim to collect what you have been on, guys. You need to request, require, and demand, if you want to say that way, personal recognition and a certain excuse me, payback. So let's say that you have been promised a promotion in your work, but this promotion never comes. You have to go there and ask for it, but don't ask it into the trivial way. Okay, there is another way, more gentle way, more subtle way, more impressive and mesmerizing way to ask for it, or to show yourself how can I place it? Show yourself capable to be promoted. What I like to say here is, because I read it in a book, is I have said it a couple of times now, but for those who haven't listened, when you are trying to make someone to do something, for example, to give you a promotion, instead of telling them what they are going to benefit from from placing you in this particular place of promotion, you can start explaining them what they are going to lose if they don't place you there, because this is what how the human mind works. I mean, when you start explaining what they are going to benefit, they can say to themselves, well, why should I risk it? I mean, when you do have to, when there are benefits coming in, there is always a risk involved. So why should I risk it when I am good right now? So they may decide not to jeopardize the current position of the company, and that speaks that they may not put you into this position, you know. But if you start explaining them what they are going to lose, well, then you're presenting them a already losing situation if they don't place you in there, but they keep the current situation of work of the company. So that's one way to get what you have been owned or what you have been promised. For you Pisces here, it is all about you getting what you have been promised in the past. Okay. With that being said, let me check on the next two cards here. We do have the Seven of Cups with the lesson that you're about to learn, with the Eight of Cups with the energies. So for your relationship, don't be way too harsh to your partner. Okay, don't try to corner them or to place their back against the wall, because they're not going to react very well, guys. Maybe right now you need to lose the news a little bit around their neck. You need to give them a little bit more personal freedom. And you're about to see, when you give them more personal freedom without demanding an explanation of a certain approaches of theirs, they are going to start giving you an explanation. You will start feeling more and more secure. You're about to start feeling more and more attached, or kind of like feeling that your partner is more and more attached to you, guys. So with that being said, you need to be a little bit of a solo person this particular solar eclipse. Solo person, saying that you shouldn't try to kind of like oblige people to act according to your expectation, guys. You do what you think is best, of course. You do what you think is best, but you should not kind of like expect other people to applaud you for your actions. However, at the end of the day, it does seem with the Six of Wands here as your aims, guys, that your aims are justified, and your aims and your approaches, your achievements will be well appreciated. Now, even though the work will be very well initiated, the work will be very well executed, and there will be a certain achievements by the end of the solar eclipse, Pisces, the work, the full work of the achievement or of their enterprise, it's far from over. So you need to keep on the good work. And this is what we are seeing here as a lesson learned from the Seven of Cups. Never drop your guard. That is the lesson from this card in this particular reading, guys. You will always have to be on your watch. Not just because there is a menace around you, no, but because there is always something that can go wrong. I mean, when something is good, it is simply good, but when something is bad, it could always go worse. I mean, there is always worse. So you need to be on your guard constantly, especially for the things that you do care about. Because with the Justice card here, we are seeing you setting a very high priorities of yourself, and you can get a little bit fanatic about those kind of priorities with the Eight of Swords in the second position. So this fanaticism of yours, it is not a bad thing, but you should not expect other people to have the same fanaticism at their end as well. However, they ain't going to obstruct you in any way possible. They will not obstruct you in any way possible. In other words, your way moving forward and chasing your agenda is cleared here, guys. And for what it seems, your agenda will be quite successful, unless you don't drop off your guard drunk from the very good achievements that you are going to reach along the way. And as an energy here, we are seeing the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is a very positive card energy-wise, saying that nothing will be able to slay down your spirit, because you will believe not just in you, but in the righteousness of your actions. You will believe that you deserve better, and better, Pisces, is what you are going to find moving forward, as long as you don't drop off your guard. Okay, so that was the taroscope for the 12 star sign for the solar eclipse new moon in Leo, guys. And thank you all for watching. Thank you for being here. It was I am proud, and it was pleasure to be your host tonight, guys. And if you do want a private reading with me, you can find me at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is also written here in the description of the video, people. And if you do want to receive these these reports, but personally for your life, you make sure you check on the subscription method here, which is also written in the post. And you can check your kind of like your subscription plan, and you will start receiving those reports personally aligned for your life. So you will have kind of like 2 readings every single month guaranteed. Video readings or either in person, again, as I said, it depends on the plan you choose. So with that being said, guys, thank you all for watching, and I do wish you a very productive solar eclipse period, which is 2 weeks and couple of days, I think. and see you next time. Bye.